Rawlins, thanks for joining us here on our At the Break between games. I'm going to ask you about your name, first of all, because Rawlins is, as they say in the advertisements, synonymous with baseball. Is that where you got your name?
No.
Where'd it come from?
Sadly, it's from my parents had a dog, and it was named Rawlings.
Is that right?
With a G. And then, for some reason, I guess my dad just wanted to take the G out.
Right.
So, but I like to tell people it's the glove sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because
you're a good glove man,
so,
right? Yeah, that is a good story. I think President Claver here in North Central named his son Easton because of the bats. I think so. You know, it's not too big of a precedent.
Yeah.
What is your role this year on this team?
This year mostly like utility, but more outfield, I'd say.
Okay.
Is where I'm working, and last year that was a big thing for me because I never played outfield really before. Yeah, you were telling me you were a catcher, right? By trade coming in, and when did that turn into a utility spot? So my whole life I caught high school, all 4 years, well 3 because of COVID. Yeah. And then I got here, I caught a little bit, and then it kind of changed, and then I became a utility guy. Right. Well,
tell me about the utility role, because I think a lot of people feel like utility role means you're not good enough to hold down one position, where former coaches, myself, think of a guy that I can rely on in any situation. How do you feel about the role of utility man?
Honestly, I kind of thought the same thing. Like, I wasn't good enough to be in one spot. But I like being able to be versatile. That's Absolutely. What Coach really kind of taught me about that, and I think that's what helped me, be able to transition as easily as I did.
I don't know if people think about this, but a catcher obviously can see the other 8 players on the field that are on his team. That had to give you a little bit of a leg up on being able to be versatile, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your best position? What's your top skill defensively?
I'd say second's probably my favorite position, but right now I'm better in the outfield.
Oh, are you? Yeah. Okay, but that's the newest position for you, right?
Yeah.
How did you get to be good so fast, I guess is what I'm asking.
I'd say my speed is what helped me the most.
So there's my question about offense then. What do you do well offensively?
Last year, I really found out that I needed to make bunting a big part of my game.
Right. It wasn't before.
It wasn't, I'd say, a big part. I did it when I kind of had to.
Yeah.
But I always thought of bunting as like what kids did when they couldn't hit.
Right.
And
hello.
And so I learned that it's not, and if you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
It's base hits in the books. So
right, and it's a lost art, isn't it? There are not a lot of people that teach base hit bunting, let alone sacrifice bunting.
Yeah.
And you're talking more about base hit bunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is the key for you in being able to be a successful bunter for a hit?
I'd say for me is just getting it down. I usually like to get out and running quicker than I need to. And last year that really showed me I had a lot more time to show it.
Right.
I always tried to show it super late and then get it, and I'd always foul it off or miss it.
Right.
And so I learned that I had a lot more time.
So the execution of getting the ball on the ground is the biggest thing. You're left-handed the way you did that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What about the drag bunt versus a push bunt to the left side? Varied for you, or you're better at one than the other?
I'm way better at pushing it to third.
Pushing it to third?
Dragging, I'm not. I can do it, but it's just I get all my hits from going to third, basically.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It certainly puts a lot of pressure on the defense, doesn't it? Right. When you're not playing baseball, what do you like to do?
I love to watch football.
You do? A big football fan?
Football is my favorite sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
NFL, college?
NFL. I'm a big Seattle fan.
You are? Okay. Yeah. Well, I was born in Colorado, so you know who I side with. Let's talk a little Russell Wilson.
All right.
No, what do you think about the last 2 years of Russell's career?
I'm happy we got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was my favorite player growing up.
Yeah, I'm sure he was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides, there was a linebacker, Lofa Tutupu.
Right, he's talented. Yeah.
Just because of his last name, I loved him.
Do you remember the Super Bowl year when they beat Denver and Legion of Boom and all that? Yeah.
That
Is that how you got to be a Seahawks fan?
No, actually, it was my dad.
No, okay.
He loved Steve Largent.
Sure.
Because he was a small wide receiver.
Right.
And Jim Zorn.
Yeah.
And he drove a Volkswagen.
Right.
So that's a big thing in our family.
I like it. There was a quarterback, Kelly Stouffer, that played for the Seahawks for a while. But he was kind of from my neighborhood in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah. Tell me about your dad. You mentioned him and the rest of your family, please.
So my dad, he owns a trucking business in St. Joe, and my mom kind of helps him there. He says she does more like to get the other people off of their tasks by talking to them than helping. But
she's social.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She loves to talk.
Does she?
Yeah.
Okay. Siblings?
Yep. I got one brother, Stetson.
Okay.
Yeah. He played college baseball at Benedictine for a year.
Oh, he did. Okay.
And
so he was a Raven.
Yep.
Yeah. So Stetson and Rawlins. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, that's some different names.
My two girls are Billy and Bobby, so there you go. Named after baseball-influenced people. So finally, as we end this, what do you want to do with your career in baseball? And eventually, when baseball ends, what are you going to do in your professional life?
So next year I'm going to Truman.
Okay.
For baseball.
Good program.
So that kind of got the weight lifted off. Like I don't have to worry about stressing every day to hit better and everything.
Right. What are they projecting you as a position player? What are they looking at you? Yeah.
Outfielder.
Outfielder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then professionally after baseball?
Probably right now I'm thinking chiropractor.
Oh, good.
So I'll go there, get my stuff done.
Right.
And then I'll go to a chiropractor school in Overland Park, Cleveland Chiropractic.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know about them. Yeah. Tell me about this fast start that you're off to as a team this year. What's made it successful?
I'd say we're a lot more like together this year. It's not about like each individual. Mm-hmm. Last year it was rough. We were 0-12. I've never been that in my life.
That's right. I've forgotten about that.
That was a rough patch.
Yeah.
So it's a little different this year.
Well, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Looking forward to see you guys play.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, and good luck at Truman next year. And thank you for being our guest at the break.
Thank you.
Rawlins Brandt has been our guest, and we'll be back with Game 2 in just a few minutes.